Let's break this down with Guillermo, the former Orange County Democratic Party chairman and a candidate for the state house as well. Carlos, a lot of people say this is Hillary's debate to lose tomorrow. Do you agree?
Well, I think that she definitely has a lot to prove. She is rising in the polls, certainly, but what she's going to be able to do tomorrow night is she's going to be able to remind people of why they really like her and why they've admired her for so long. You know, Hillary Clinton Gallup polls show that she is the most admired woman on the face of the earth. That's been for the last 12 consecutive years. That's why Republicans fear her as the Democratic nominee, and you can certainly tell that that's why they're doing. But on the other side, you have Senator Bernie Sanders, who continues to attract the largest crowds of any candidate on either side.
Well, yeah, I have to jump in on there because you
Sure.
say he's attracting crowds. Certainly on social media, he is gaining tremendous traction. That hasn't so far translated, at least to the polls that we've seen. So what does he have to do tomorrow night to make that jump from the guy who you see on Facebook all the time and on Twitter to the guy that could potentially be in the general election?
Well, what Bernie Sanders really has to do is he has to stick with his populist message that has gotten him the following that has made him so popular. What he also has to do is he has to prove to skeptical Democrats that he can be a viable general election candidate against a Republican. We've seen many polls that have shown that Bernie Sanders can actually do very well on the national stage. So I think that we're going to see probably a Bernie surge after this particular debate, because I think he's going to do very well.
Even with the sort of subtitle of socialist, the democratic socialist that he is admitted to being, you think that's going to play?
I think that it's going to, I don't think that's going to be a real issue, because what Democrats like Bernie Sanders are really saying is they are promoting the very popular idea that government plays a role in the right of citizenship to have access to affordable health care, that government plays a role in making sure that people can graduate from college without being saddled with massive amounts of student loan debt. That is something that most people see as democracy, and I think that that's why he's gotten such a huge following.
Carlos, one very quick and final question. Biden, that word, that man hanging over sort of like a shadow of this debate tomorrow, with the potential that he could announce his candidacy anytime soon. Do you think, if at all, that plays in what happens tomorrow?
Well, it's kind of the elephant in the room in this debate, but what I think the American people certainly understand is that Vice President Biden needs time to decide whether he's going to run for president or not. It's very well known that it was the dying wish of his late son, Beau Biden, who passed away of brain cancer, that his father run for presidency of the United States. I think the American people are certainly giving him a little bit of room to make what is a very personal decision, and I think that either way, it's going to be a very exciting Democratic debate, and we've got a lot of energy and excitement on the Democratic side for sure.
Well, we appreciate you coming in and previewing it for us. Guillermo, thank you so much.
Thanks, Sonny.
And stay with Fox 35 for complete coverage of the debate tomorrow. We'll have analysis at 11 p.m. after the debate ends.